Lesson 1, Coping with Colds.
Say, Anna, can I ask you something?
Absolutely, what's on your mind?
Well, I've been feeling a bit under the weather lately, and I was hoping you might have some tips for dealing with a cold.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. Colds can be such a nuisance, can't they?
You're telling me. I feel like I've been sneezing and coughing nonstop.
Ugh, that's the worst. Have you been trying to get plenty of rest?
I've been trying, but it's been tough. I just can't seem to shake this stuffy nose.
I understand. Congestion can be so frustrating, especially when you're trying to sleep.
Exactly. And I feel like I'm constantly reaching for the tissues.
Ah yes, the dreaded runny nose. Have you been staying hydrated?
I've been trying, but it's hard to drink anything when my throat is so sore.
Ouch, a sore throat on top of everything else? That sounds really miserable.
Tell me about it. I feel like I'm just a sniffling, coughing mess.
Well, I've got a few suggestions that might help you feel a bit better.
Please, I'm all ears. Any relief would be much appreciated at this point.
Okay, first and foremost, make sure you're getting plenty of rest. Your body needs that time to recover.
Got it, rest is key. What else?
Definitely stay hydrated, even if it's tough. Try sipping on warm teas or broth to soothe that sore throat.
Ah, good call. The warm liquids could be just the thing.
Exactly. And don't forget to stock up on cough drops or lozenges to help with the coughing and throat pain.
Ooh, that's a great idea. I'll have to pick some of those up.
And if the congestion is really bothering you, you could try using a saline nasal spray or even a humidifier.
I haven't tried a humidifier before. I'll have to give that a shot.
It can make a big difference, especially if your nasal passages are really dried out.
Awesome, I'll definitely look into that. Thanks so much for all the helpful tips, Anna.
Of course, John. I've been there with the dreaded cold, so I know how miserable it can be. I hope you feel better soon.
Me too. I'll be sure to put all of your suggestions to the test.
Excellent. And don't hesitate to reach out if you need any other cold fighting advice.
Will do. I really appreciate you taking the time to share your wisdom.
Anytime, that's what friends are for. Now go rest up and get well.
You got it. Thanks again, Anna.
Lesson 2, Bringing Textbooks to Life.
Hey, Anna, can I ask you something?
Of course, John, what's on your mind?
Well, I was thinking about my English class, and I had a bit of a dilemma.
Oh, really? What's going on with your English class?
I just thought that I didn't like it because most people had made it dull by just reading from the textbooks.
Ah, I see what you mean. Textbooks can definitely make a subject feel dry and uninspiring.
Exactly. I feel like I'm just going through the motions, you know?
I completely understand. Learning a language should be an engaging and dynamic experience.
Absolutely. I want to actually enjoy the process, not just memorize facts.
Well, have you tried talking to your teacher about your concerns?
You know, I haven't. I was kind of hesitant to bring it up.
I think it's worth a shot. Your teacher might have some great ideas to liven up the class.
You're right, I should at least try. Any suggestions on what I could say?
Well, you could start by explaining that you find the textbook heavy approach a bit monotonous.
Okay, that makes sense. And then what?
Then you could ask if there are any opportunities to incorporate more interactive activities or real-world examples.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like the sound of that.
Exactly. Learning a language is so much more engaging when you can apply it to practical situations.
Definitely. I'm tired of just memorizing vocabulary words.
Absolutely. Maybe you could even suggest some ideas you have for making the class more dynamic.
That's a great point. I've got a few ideas brewing already.
Wonderful. I'm sure your teacher would appreciate your input and enthusiasm.
You know, I think you're right. I'm going to give it a try.
Fantastic. I have a feeling it could really make a difference in your English learning experience.
Me too. Thanks for the pep talk, Anna. I feel inspired to take action.
Anytime, John. I'm rooting for you to find the excitement in your English class again.
I appreciate that. I'll let you know how it goes with my teacher.
Please do. I'm excited to hear about any positive changes you're able to implement.
Will do. Thanks again for the advice. It's really helpful.
Of course, that's what friends are for. Now go make your English class more engaging.
You got it. Wish me luck.
Lesson 3: The Boarding Pass Dilemma.
Morning, Anna. Can I ask you a quick question about flying?
Absolutely, John. What's on your mind?
Well, I've got a trip coming up soon, and I always seem to have trouble with the boarding process.
Oh, I see. What's been giving you trouble with the boarding process?
It's just that I always forget where I put my boarding pass, and then I end up holding up the line.
Ah, I can see how that would be frustrating. boarding can be a bit of a hassle sometimes.
Exactly. I don't want to be that person who's fumbling around trying to find their ticket.
Yeah, that's never a fun experience, especially when you've got a plane to catch.
Do you have any tips for keeping track of your boarding pass? I feel like I'm always searching my pockets and bags.
Well, one thing that's worked for me is to keep my boarding pass in a designated spot in my carry-on.
Ah, that's a good idea. Like a specific pocket or compartment, huh?
Precisely. That way, it's always in the same place, and you don't have to go digging around.
I like that. I'll have to try that on my next trip. Any other suggestions?
Well, you could also take a photo of your boarding pass on your phone, just in case.
Ooh, that's smart. Then I'd always have a digital copy handy.
Exactly. And if you do happen to misplace the physical one, you can still pull it up on your phone.
Brilliant. I'm definitely going to do that. Thanks for the great tips, Anna.
Of course, happy to help. Anything else I can do to make your travel experience a little smoother?
Let me think. Oh, what about getting to the airport early? Is that a good idea?
Absolutely. Arriving at the airport with plenty of time to spare can really take the stress out of the boarding process.
Awesome, I'll make sure to give myself plenty of time. Don't want to be rushing around last minute.
Exactly. That way, you can just breeze through security and get to your gate with time to spare.
You're right, that's the way to go. I really appreciate all these tips, Anna.
I'm glad I could help. Traveling can be tricky, but with a little preparation, it can be a breeze.
For sure. I feel much more confident about my upcoming trip now.
Wonderful. Let me know how it goes, okay? I'm rooting for a stress-free boarding experience.
Will do, thanks again. I'm off to put these tips into practice.
Lesson 4, Grocery Store Discoveries.
Hey, Anna, have you been to the grocery store lately?
I was just there this morning, actually. Why do you ask?
Well, I was curious about what you've been noticing in the aisles lately. The grocery store always seems to have something new.
Oh, you're so right. The grocery store is like a treasure trove of new and interesting products.
Exactly. I'm always amazed by all the different options, even for the most basic items.
Definitely. The aisles are just filled with so much variety these days.
Absolutely. For example, have you noticed all the different types of cereal they have now?
Yes. It's incredible. There are so many unique and creative cereals out there.
Definitely. I saw one the other day that was infused with probiotics. Probiotics in cereal, who would have thought?
Wow, that's really interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for that next time I'm shopping.
Right? And then there are all the specialty health foods and superfoods in the aisles now.
Absolutely. Things like chia seeds, quinoa, and acai berries are so much more mainstream these days.
Exactly. It's like the grocery store is constantly evolving to keep up with new health and diet trends.
Definitely. And don't even get me started on all the different milk alternatives they have now.
Oh, yes. Almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, the options are endless.
Exactly. It's amazing how the dairy aisle has expanded to cater to so many different dietary needs and preferences.
Definitely. I feel like I'm discovering new and interesting products every time I go to the grocery store.
Me too. It's like a fun treasure hunt every time I walk through those aisles.
Absolutely. It keeps the grocery shopping experience fresh and exciting.
Definitely. I love all the new flavors and innovations the grocery stores are bringing these days.
Me too. It's almost overwhelming, but in a good way. Keeps me on my toes.
Agreed. It's like the grocery store is constantly challenging us to try new things.
Exactly. I'm always eager to see what new surprises await me on my next trip.
Same here. The grocery store is never boring, that's for sure.
Absolutely. It's like a whole new world of discovery every time I step inside.
Lesson 5, Amelia's Airborne Adventures.
Morning, Anna. Have you heard about Amelia Earhart's flying feats?
I have. Amelia was such a trailblazer for women in aviation.
Absolutely. I was reading that she saved up and bought her own small airplane in 1928.
That's right. She was determined to hone her flying skills and become an expert pilot.
Exactly. And she wasted no time putting that plane to good use, flying it frequently.
Definitely. Amelia was always seeking out new opportunities to take to the skies.
Absolutely. I read that she would often fly her little plane to different airports, just to practice her landings.
Wow, that's dedication. She was really committed to perfecting her craft as a pilot.
Definitely. Amelia knew that the more she flew, the better she would get.
Absolutely. And it clearly paid off, because she went on to achieve so many impressive feats.
You're right. Amelia Earhart broke all kinds of aviation records and became a true icon.
Definitely. She was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, which was an incredible accomplishment.
Absolutely. And she didn't stop there. Amelia also set speed and altitude records for female pilots.
Wow, she was really pushing the boundaries of what was possible for women in aviation.
Exactly. Amelia Earhart was a true pioneer and inspiration.
Definitely. She paved the way for so many other women to follow in her footsteps.
Absolutely. And it all started with that little plane she bought and flew so diligently.
Exactly. Her dedication and passion for flying truly paid off in the end.
Definitely. Amelia Earhart's story is a real testament to the power of perseverance.
Absolutely. She's such an amazing role model for anyone pursuing their dreams.
Couldn't agree more. Amelia Earhart's legacy will continue to inspire generations to come.
Definitely. Her spirit of adventure and determination is truly awe-inspiring.
Absolutely. Amelia Earhart's story is a true example of what can be achieved through hard work and passion.
Definitely. She's truly a remarkable figure in aviation history.
Absolutely. Amelia Earhart's legacy will always be remembered and celebrated.
Lesson 6: Neem's natural nourishment.
Hey Anna, have you heard about the benefits of using neem oil as a natural insect repellent?
No, I haven't. Tell me more, that sounds really interesting.
Well, neem oil is extracted from the neem tree, which is native to India. It's been used for centuries as a natural pesticide.
Wow, that's fascinating. I didn't know neem oil had so many practical uses.
Absolutely. It's effective against a wide range of insects, including mosquitoes, aphids, and even some fungi.
That's really impressive. I'd love to learn more about how to use neem oil as a natural insect repellent.
It's actually quite simple. You can mix a few drops of neem oil with a carrier oil, like coconut or jojoba oil, and apply it topically.
That's a great idea. I bet it would be much gentler on the skin than traditional chemical-based repellents.
Exactly. Neem oil is completely natural and doesn't have any of the harsh side effects of synthetic insecticides.
That's really good to know. I try to avoid using harsh chemicals whenever possible.
Me too. Neem oil is a great alternative that's safe for both humans and the environment.
I love that it's a sustainable and eco-friendly solution. Do you use neem oil yourself?
Yes, I do. I find it works really well to keep mosquitoes and other pests at bay, especially during the summer months.
That's awesome. I'll have to give it a try. Where can you typically find neem oil?
You can usually find it at health food stores or even some grocery stores these days. It's become quite popular as a natural remedy.
Good to know. I'll have to keep an eye out for it on my next shopping trip.
Definitely do. Neem oil is such a versatile and powerful natural resource.
I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Thanks for telling me all about the benefits.
Of course. I'm always happy to share information about natural solutions like neem oil.
It's been really eye-opening. I can see why it's becoming such a popular choice for eco-conscious consumers.
Absolutely. Neem oil is a game changer when it comes to safe, effective insect control.
I can't wait to give it a try. It sounds like a much better alternative to harsh chemicals.
I think you'll be really impressed. Neem oil is truly a natural wonder.
I'm convinced. Thanks again for the great information, John.
Anytime, Anna. I'm glad I could introduce you to the amazing benefits of neem oil.
Lesson 7: Savvy Shopping Strategies.
Morning, Anna. Have you been doing any shopping lately?
You know it. I'm always on the hunt for great deals.
Same here. I find it really pays off to compare prices between different brands.
Definitely. It's important to look at quality as well as cost.
Absolutely. I never just go for the cheapest option without considering the value.
Exactly. You have to weigh all the factors to find the best bang for your buck.
Totally. I like to do a lot of research before making a purchase.
Me too. I'll spend time reading reviews and comparing product specs.
That's a smart approach. It's easy to get swayed by flashy marketing.
For sure. You have to look beyond the hype and focus on the actual substance.
Definitely. I find it helpful to make a list of my must-have features before I start shopping.
That's a great tip. It keeps you focused and prevents impulse buys.
Exactly. And then I'll scour the internet to find the best deals on those key features.
Nice. I do the same thing. Comparison shopping is the way to go.
Totally. It takes a bit more time, but it's worth it to get the most value.
Absolutely. I'd rather spend a little extra time up front than end up with buyer's remorse.
Couldn't agree more. Patience and a little due diligence can really pay off.
For sure. Do you have any other shopping tips you'd recommend?
One thing I always do is check for any available coupons or promo codes.
Yes, that's a great idea. You can often find some awesome discounts that way.
Exactly. It's an easy way to save a bit extra on your purchase.
Definitely. I'm always scouring the web for those hidden deals and discounts.
It's amazing how much you can save if you take the time to look for them.
Absolutely. Smart shopping is all about being a savvy consumer.
Totally. It's a skill that takes practice, but the payoff is worth it.
I agree. The more you do it, the better you get at finding the best deals.
Definitely. It's become like a fun little game for me.
I hear that. It's actually kind of exciting to hunt for those hidden savings.
Definitely. I'm always proud of myself when I find a great deal.
Same here. It's a very satisfying feeling.
For sure. Well, I'm glad we see eye to eye on the importance of smart shopping.
Me too. It's been great swapping tips. I feel more prepared for my next shopping trip.
Awesome, I'm happy I could share some useful strategies with you.
Lesson 8: Exploring New Horizons.
Hey Anna, have you heard about that new beach resort everyone's been talking about?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
From what I've heard, the surf and the nightlife there are both incredible.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. I'd love to check it out sometime.
Same here. The reviews I've read say the waves are perfect for beginner surfers.
Oh, that's great. I've been wanting to try surfing for a while now.
Nice, it might be the perfect place for you to give it a shot then.
Definitely. And the vibrant nightlife would be a bonus after a day on the waves.
Totally. I bet they have some really cool bars and clubs right on the beach.
That would be amazing. I'm already picturing myself sipping cocktails while watching the sunset.
Me too. It sounds like the ideal getaway.
For sure. What else have you heard about the resort?
Well, the location is supposed to be absolutely stunning, right on this gorgeous stretch of coastline.
Ooh, that must make for some amazing views. I love being near the ocean.
Same here. And I read they have these beautiful, modern villas you can rent.
Ooh, that sounds right up my alley. I bet they have all the amenities too.
Definitely. Probably private pools, full kitchens, the works.
Sounds heavenly. I'll have to make a note to look into booking a trip there.
Yes, do it. I have a feeling it would be an unforgettable vacation.
I agree. It's going on my travel bucket list for sure.
Nice. I might have to join you if you end up going.
That would be awesome. We could make it a fun little getaway.
Definitely. It would be great to experience it together.
Absolutely. I can't wait to start planning the details.
Me neither. This is getting me so excited just thinking about it.
Same here. I have a feeling it's going to be an amazing trip.
I'm sure of it. This beach resort sounds like the perfect escape.
I agree. It's exactly the kind of vibrant, adventurous destination I've been craving.
I hear that. Sometimes you just need to get away and try something new, you know?
Totally. This seems like the perfect opportunity to do just that.
For sure. Well, I'm glad I could share this hot tip with you.
Me too. I really appreciate you telling me about this place.
Absolutely. I have a good feeling we're going to have an awesome time.
Lesson 9: Discovering the newspaper.
Morning, Anna. Have you been reading the newspaper lately?
I have. I find that each section has some really interesting information.
Definitely. I always enjoy flipping through and seeing what's new.
Me too. The front page usually has the big headlines, of course.
Right, that's where they cover the major news stories.
Exactly. But I also like to read the other sections too.
Oh, yeah, there's usually lots of great content in those other parts.
Absolutely. The business section, for example, has all the latest financial news.
Good point. It's a great way to stay up to date on the economy.
Totally. And the sports section is always fun to check out.
For sure. I always skim through that one to see how my favorite teams are doing.
Same here. And the arts and culture section is really interesting too.
Definitely. That's where you find all the latest on movies, music, books, and more.
Exactly. It's a great way to discover new cultural happenings.
Absolutely. And then there's the local news section.
Right, that covers all the goings on in our community.
Yep, stuff like city council meetings, community events, and so on.
Exactly. It's a great way to stay connected with what's happening around us.
Definitely. The newspaper really does have something for everyone.
I agree. It's such a comprehensive source of information.
Totally. I always learn new things when I read through it.
Me too. It's a great way to expand your knowledge on so many topics.
Agreed. Do you have a favorite section or article you tend to focus on?
That's a good question. I'd say I'm particularly drawn to the op-ed pieces.
Oh, yeah, those in depth opinion articles can be really thought provoking.
Absolutely. I love reading different perspectives on the big issues.
Same here. It's interesting to see how people analyze and interpret the news.
Exactly. It gives you a deeper understanding of what's going on.
For sure. Do you have a go-to section that you always check out?
I'd say the food and lifestyle section is one I really enjoy.
Ah, yes, the recipes, restaurant reviews, and all that good stuff.
Definitely. It's a great source of inspiration for trying new things.
I hear that. The newspaper is truly a treasure trove of information.
I couldn't agree more. It's an invaluable resource.
Absolutely. I'm glad we both appreciate all that the newspaper has to offer.
Me too. It's been great discussing our favorite parts of it.
Totally. I feel like I've learned some new things just from our chat.
Same here. The newspaper really is an endlessly fascinating read.
I couldn't agree more. It's a daily habit I don't plan on breaking anytime soon.
Same here. I'm always excited to see what new insights I'll discover.
Definitely. The newspaper is a true window into the world.
Well said. I'm glad we could bond over our shared love of it.
Me too. It's been a pleasure chatting with you about it.
Lesson 10: Opposites Attract.
Hey Anna, have you ever noticed how some words can be complete opposites?
Absolutely. It's fascinating how language can have such contrasting meanings.
Totally. Like, the opposite of mother is obviously father.
Exactly. And the opposite of up is down.
Right on. It's almost like these words were designed to be polar opposites.
Definitely. It's amazing how our language is structured that way.
Agreed. It really makes you appreciate the complexity of how we communicate.
Absolutely. And it's not just nouns and directions, there are all kinds of opposites.
Good point. Like hot and cold, or happy and sad.
Exactly. The contrast between those words is so stark.
Definitely. It's almost as if the language is built on these dualities.
Exactly. It creates a real yin and yang to how we express ourselves.
Totally. And sometimes the opposites can be more subtle, you know?
Like what do you mean?
Well, think about words like right and wrong. They're pretty clear opposites.
Ah, yes, I see what you mean. There's a very clear distinction there.
Exactly. But then you have words like agree and disagree.
Ooh, good one. Those are more nuanced opposites, for sure.
Precisely. It's not as black and white, but they're still diametrically opposed.
Definitely. It's almost like a spectrum of opposites, in a way.
Exactly. You really put that well. There are strong opposites and then more subtle ones.
Totally. It's amazing how our language manages to capture all those shades of meaning.
I know, right? It just goes to show the depth and complexity of communication.
Absolutely. It's endlessly fascinating to explore these linguistic opposites.
I couldn't agree more. There's always something new to discover.
Definitely. It's like peeling back the layers of how we express ourselves.
Well said. I feel like I've learned something new just from this conversation.
Same here. It's been a great discussion on the intricacies of opposites in language.
Totally. I'm glad we got to explore this topic together.
Me too. It's been a pleasure chatting with you about it.
Likewise, discussions like this really make me appreciate the beauty of language.
I couldn't agree more. It's been a wonderfully enlightening conversation.
Absolutely. I feel like my understanding of opposites has grown immensely.
Same here. It's amazing how much depth there is to explore in this area.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for sharing your insights with me.
Lesson 11, a delightful interlude.
Morning, Anna. I was just about to grab a coffee. Care to join me?
Absolutely. I'd love nothing more than a delicious cup of joe and some good company.
Wonderful, let's make it a date then. This calls for a proper toast, don't you think?
Definitely. Here's to good friends, great coffee, and an enjoyable morning.
Cheers to that. Clinks mugs, this is exactly what I needed to start the day.
I couldn't agree more. The rich aroma and smooth flavor are simply divine.
Agreed. There's just something about a well-crafted cup of coffee, isn't there?
Absolutely. It's like a little moment of bliss in the middle of a busy day.
Couldn't have said it better. It's the perfect pick-me-up and mood booster.
Definitely. It's almost as if the coffee is infused with a touch of magic.
I know what you mean. It has this almost mystical quality to it.
Totally. And the best part is, we get to enjoy it together, here in good company.
Absolutely. This is the kind of quality time I really cherish.
Me too. It's wonderful to just pause, relax, and savor the moment.
Couldn't agree more. Sometimes we forget to slow down and appreciate the simple pleasures.
Exactly. But moments like this remind us to do just that.
Definitely. It's the little things that can truly make a day special.
Absolutely. Like the way the sunlight filters through the window, or the gentle hum of chatter.
Precisely. All the little details that come together to create a perfect ambience.
It's almost as if the universe is conspiring to make this a truly delightful interlude.
Well said. I feel like I could sit here all day and soak it all in.
Me too. Time seems to stand still when we're surrounded by good company and great coffee.
Couldn't agree more. It's moments like these that I'll remember fondly.
Absolutely. The simple pleasures in life can be the most meaningful and lasting.
Well said. Here's to many more mornings like this, my friend.
Clinks mugs, cheers to that. I'll drink to that any day.
Amen to that. This has been a truly wonderful way to start the day.
I couldn't agree more. I'm grateful we got to share this delightful interlude together.
Same here. It's moments like these that make life truly worth living.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, shall we refill these mugs?
You read my mind. Motions to barista another round, please.